There's something quietly happening in Japan that doesn't make headlines. No sudden collapse, no dramatic turning point. Just a quiet absence, spreading slowly. The post-war Shōwa generation, the generation that rebuilt Japan, is beginning to leave us. In the United States, baby boomers. Japan has its own equivalent, the post-war Shōwa generation. They were born after the war and grew up inside a country rebuilding itself. They lived through occupation, through recovery, through reinvention. And by the time they reached adulthood by the 1970s, Japan was entering a remarkable period of growth, the economic miracle. But what matters here is not the boom itself, it's who built it. Japan's rise as a global leader in manufacturing, technology, and innovation was built on the labor, discipline, and endurance of the post-war Shōwa generation. Much of what still works in Japan today, its infrastructure, its systems, its standards, was designed, installed, and maintained by them. They rebuilt Japan's reputation in the world. From a country once seen as unreliable to one where made in Japan meant something clear, on time, consistent, precise, and trustworthy. This generation worked long hours. They put duty ahead of comfort. They traded personal time for stability. And for decades, it worked. The systems built by the Shōwa generation were so stable that changing them now feels risky.
Probably look like a strange, weird dude sitting here, crouching down in the middle of an empty car park at night, outside the public toilets. But hey, what can you do?
Japanese society was built on shared assumptions about loyalty, patience, and responsibility. Many of the constraints Japan feels today are not the result of failure. They are the result of success. So reliable that questioning them can feel disrespectful. In many ways, they succeeded too well. The Shōwa generation didn't need to explain these ideas. They lived them. As they leave daily life, Those assumptions no longer carry themselves. They must be chosen, or they slowly fade. Every generation learns from the one before it. For the generations now stepping into responsibility, the challenge is not rebellion, it's judgment. Knowing what no longer serves its purpose and what still deserves to remain. Japan does not need to abandon its past, it needs to acknowledge it. And then carefully adapt it. The future doesn't ask Japan to forget who built it, only to recognize that the task has changed. That some tools, however valuable, were built for a different time. This is not an era ending in decline. This is an era reaching completion. Many of the pressures Japan feels today are the weight of systems that worked for a long time. Before change is possible, there must be recognition. And before renewal, there must be respect. The post-war Shōwa generation did not rebuild Japan for praise. They rebuilt so the country could stand again. They gave Japan credibility. They gave it time. They gave it dignity. Much of what still functions quietly today, the systems we rely on, the standards the world expects, was shaped by their hands. These are not abstractions. They are inheritances. Moving forward does not mean erasing what they built. It means caring for it wisely, knowing what must remain and what must evolve. Because remembrance is not nostalgia, it is continuity. And legacy is not something we simply receive, it is something we are entrusted with. Not forgotten, but carried forward with gratitude. That is how eras should end. on the labor and sacrifice of the Shōwa generation. We now live in a Japan that is technologically advanced, safe, and remarkably convenient. Nothing is without flaw, and nothing comes without compromise. But for the quality of life and the high standard of living we experience today, there should be no shortage of gratitude and no lack of recognition for the contributions that made it possible. They built, quite literally, a better life for their children and their grandchildren. They laid a path that can feel rigid at times, sometimes inflexible, but it is also undeniably solid. That path shaped Japan into a country defined by quality, efficiency, and reliability. A nation trusted around the world once again, not by accident, but through effort, discipline, and endurance. The Shōwa generation deserves admiration, not nostalgia. And as we move forward with what they built, the responsibility now rests with us. Not simply to preserve their legacy, but to extend it wisely. The question is no longer what they gave Japan. The question is, what kind of future will we create from it?